So today we're doing another Let's Translate, this time at this site, which is an administration kind of site for the Rome area. And we're talking about recycling, because that's just a general topic of interest and conversation. So the title here, the model of collection and differentiated, just is going to be kind of split out, so separating out your recycling. You can see that I'm on the page Il riciclo dei materiali, so the recycling of material or materials. So this first sentence: refuse can be a font of riches that helps to, and I don't know what risparmiare is, but I'm assuming it's something like reuse resources. How? There's the sentence end. Okay. Think about recycled carta, which is cardboard, plastica, or plastic, vetro, glass. I don't know what acciaio is, but as the next one's aluminium, which I'm assuming to be aluminium foil, or as Americans call it, aluminum. So maybe acciaio is just normal metal like tin cans. And to the uses that you can put these materials, attraversare is to cross something. I'm assuming that this is after it has passed through different works of recupero is recuperation, but that sounds weird in English. But what would we say? Reuse or something like that. This is why it's important to separate the refuse and to collect it in a way where it's differentiated, so separated out. Glass with glass, cardboard with cardboard, metal with metal. So they're actually saying metal there, so I think acciaio is definitely metal. To recycle means to reduce the quantity of material that is taken. Now, I don't know what indiscarica is, but I'm assuming that's landfill. But overall, to reduce waste, is that? I'm not sure. Must be something like that. To be more economical with resources and to defend the environment, so be more ecologically friendly. The territory of Rome, so the Rome area, produced in 2004 1,774,185 tonnes of refuse. It's a very old figure to be quoting, but the separated out collections activity in all the communal territories, areas, has permitted using and recycling 17.93% of collected refuse. The principal materials collected in order to be recycled are glass, plastic, metal, wood and cardboard. The department, I don't know what tutela is, but it's something like the environment department, is strongly busy with a programme of, on one part, promoting the improvement and integration of separated collections in collaboration with some organisation that's doing the collections, presumably, and with national consortiums, perhaps, for collecting and recycling materials. And dall'altro tende. I have a feeling that's some kind of saying, because I think it's either from the other side of the curtain or tent, which doesn't make sense in English. To make sensible, that's a weird word. I think it probably means to work out how to do, and to be responsible, and to be responsible to the let's read the beginning of the sentence again. Okay, so they're talking about making the people responsible, and probably understanding about excess rubbish through, I don't know what oculato is, I've not got a clue, through some kind of use of resources and choices, knowledgeable choices of consumption. So basically I think it's about telling the people what's what with recycling and the types of things they should be using and consuming, and thinking about waste. A correct management of refuse is an achievable objective if everybody contributes. It doesn't take a lot of work every day to achieve advantageous results. Within the basic rules, the strategy of the 4 R's, reduction, reuse, recycling, and recuperation again. I'm not quite sure what. I think it's just using things in a way that's going to be beneficial, is the virtuous route that leads to sustainable, eco-sustainable management of refuse, sustained by the activity of selection of those materials, presumably, and transformation. The strategy of the 4 R's. Reduction in the origin of refuse. We choose products with reduced packaging or reusable, and avoid waste. Okay. Reuse objects that are still useful or still usable. We can reuse I'm not sure exactly what barattoli is, but containers of some sort and bottles of glass. So barattoli must be something made of glass. In lato, the white side of photocopies can be used to make notes. Okay, so they're talking about using reusing paper to write notes on. Clothes that you've stopped using can be gifted. A chair can be repaired and reused. In fact, many objects that there are many objects that we can continue to spolgere, not sure what that is, maybe change from their original function. We can continue to use, but not necessarily in their original function. Recycle useful materials. The materials that we separate with the separated collections become new glass, aluminium, plastic and cardboard products. Also, our food waste, I think that is, scarti alimentari, can be transformed and become compost, useful for our plants or in our agriculture. Recupero di energia. So making them into energy. The part of the refuse which isn't recyclable can be used in energy in the new thermal power stations, maybe constructed with regard to the climate. So that's basically just burning waste to produce electricity. Okay, so that's the end of that. I will look up some of those words I didn't know and put them at the end, and I will put this website into the description so that if you want to go and have a look around and find out some vocabulary that might be useful to you, you can do. Until next time.